Hi, I am Dani Brown, the Queen of Filth, or Queenie, which is my preferred name. And I missed Friday night story time. It's Saturday afternoon. As I keep saying, my things aren't very stable right now. My house, I'm having two of the rooms redone at the same time, so there is stuff everywhere. I live in a 2 up, 2 down. If you don't know what that is, I guess just Google it and you'll find out. And then I'm obviously searching for a new job because I loved my job, and then they changed the phone policy, which is putting my child in danger. So for the next few weeks, I'm just going to be reading my own stories rather than asking an author to donate a story for me to read, because they'll get all excited, they'll tell their friends and stuff. And like last night, I was filling in a job application. I was just too tired by the time I was done, and I went to bed. So it's Saturday afternoon, so well, it's still within 24 hours of when I normally release these. So I'm taking a bit of a risk today because this one has seriously erotic overtones. And obviously why I started posting these is I was getting a lot of creepy comments on a creepy algorithm, so it's not very nice. But I'm gonna read it anyways. I just found it on my computer. I should probably do something with it. It's one of my Error 2 stories, which I'll post a link to Error 2 on down below, and I'll also post my other social media links. And by the way, thank you so much for picking up Satan's Yeast Infection. Together we can have Marmite Band. Now let's try and make it to the #1 spot on godlist.com with it, which is the only place it's available right now. So I'm going to read my story. It's called In Love's Secret Domain. Obviously, it's a Coil song. If you don't listen to Coil, you should. And this story is just reading it back. I don't know when I wrote it. I should have looked at the date. Just totally influenced by Coil. I could just see how much Coil is in this story, but that's okay because Coil's brilliant and you should totally be listening to Coil. So right on with the story. It's called In Love's Secret Domain. Ghosts wandered the earth, dripping ectoplasmic sweat. Thousands of eyes reflect back, tin skewers held from skeleton hands. Flies crawled across vacant pupils. Orange orb reflections disguised the emptiness inside. Honey oozed down the wall. Golden tears landed on dirty sheets. Protect me, protest me, thin blankets and bedbugs don't keep out the chill. Ghosts rattled broken chains. Tin miners turned around with a hiss and held their skewers out. Protection, a sense of security only to be proven false. Protest all you want. No one is around to herd the ghosts. When the ghosts come out, everyone disappears, swallowed by black shadows scratching at the seams. Honey swallowed flies, never to spit them out. A tea party waits for the damned at the end of reality. Death's little riddles and mazes tease the damned. First, you have to pass the tests. Flesh fell from death-kissed cheeks. The voices of long-forgotten angels merged into a long chant. The lightning shifted, revealing bodies heaving below forgotten angel feet. Carnations left by the roadside for a crying lover. A virus lurks within the machine. Flies swallow the image. Scars crisscrossed angelic arms. Maggots erupted from angelic scars. They never get far in scenes repeated thousands of times. Heaving bodies open their jaws for a taste of the white falling morsels. The promise of the tea party dimmed. The bodies heave below forgotten angel feet. Decay slows, but it never stops. Flesh rots in various shades of green. Groaned objections forced angels to flinch. Wing feathers fell into the affray. Thousands of eyes turned in their sockets and blinked against the tin skewers. Honeysuckle blossoms sing in place of unspoken eyeball agony. Forgotten boys hang from above. Blood washes honey from their thighs. Tin miners feast on flesh broken into the void. Orange orbs float above their tattered robes. Their skewers hang discarded from their wrists until they're needed again. Unlike boys, they aren't bred to please. Erect ghosts drip ectoplasm onto the heaving bodies below. Forgotten angels tried to seal the cracks, and still the ghosts and the tin miners seeped in. An erection grew inside Sid's pants. The eyes on the walls didn't even pretend to look away, recording every movement for use at a later date. Death walked out of the affray. Lips puckered, she went to her knees. How did you get in? Sid didn't have the answers. The tin miners hissed. Lifeless eyes watched from dangling corpses. Honey oozed from Death's lips, ready for a kiss. I'm not afraid to die. The light shifted. Tin miners looked over their cloaked shoulders. Their faces dripped blood and flesh. Flies freed from honey landed on their chins. Light flickered through the cracks. The virus shuddered. Black tendrils of smoke and decay snaked through heaving bodies. Feathers fell from forgotten angel wings. Death kissed the tip of Sid's erection with cold lips. Skin left behind perfect lip marks. A new brand of lipstick perfect to market teenage death girls with a bit of an edge. You shouldn't be here. Her voice massaged the center of Sid's brain. Sorry, having problems with the touch thingy to move the story out. Forgotten angels flinched. Filtered light burned their skin. Eyes blinked on the walls. They existed in higher concentrations near the cracks. A virus spread through the void. A hand wrapped around Sid's ankle. Death's cold fingers traced his collarbone. Flies lazily buzzed. Forgotten angels turned their heads to stare with empty eye sockets. Fluid leaked out of Death, vagina to anus soaked through her stolen black jeans. Sid stumbled backwards at the smell, caught by the heaving bodies below. He tried not to breathe. The bodies pulled him backwards towards the cracks. Flies dropped dead on their way past. Death whispered from the mirror, "There is no escape." Sid's cock grew hard. His lover snored in bed. Death spread her thighs. The flesh held together with wax-black threads that swallowed light. The flies, dead along the walls, buzzed back to life. Orange patterns lit up along the aged wallpaper. Forgotten angels screeched inside Sid's head. His lover rolled over in bed. Death held her fingers to the glass. Sid held up his and felt her icy chill kiss his fingertips and travel through his body. Each organ held in a cold embrace. Feathers fell from Death's decayed wings. The daisy chain on top of her head quivered. Mud tracked across the threadbare carpet. You can't outrun Death. Cloaked figures stepped out of the wallpaper and formed a shield. Orange lanterns sent flames from their skeleton hands. The flies dropped dead. Sid's lover mumbled in his sleep, "My wife mustn't learn of my affair." Sid turned back. "You don't have a wife. You never had a wife." His hands rolled into fists of frustration. Death's lust played with his cock. A jackal barked by Death's boots. Cemetery dirt left footprints through the guest house. Mutant cockroaches with white shells swallowed reanimated flies. Ghosts lost ectoplasm through their dicks. Eyes opened along the aged wallpaper pattern. Sid's lover broke out in a cold sweat. Honey swallowed blood dripping down the walls. Optic nerves weaved together in hollows and formed organic CCTV. Death's zippers sang. A recording drowned out the sound. Honeysuckles scraped against the ground floor windows. A cassette tape rewound, lost somewhere in the hollows of the wall. Ghosts wandered the guest house hallways and lingered in door frames. Rats scratched beneath the floorboards. A virus jumped from their fleas. Death tapped Sid on the shoulder and blocked views of his sleeping lover. Bodies heaved beneath the floor. Flies fell in mid-flight and died. Cloaked tin miners held orange lanterns high above Sid's lover's sleeping head. Death caught Sid's lips in her own and sucked on his tongue. Decay spread from the cracks and traced his cheeks. Ghosts watched in a giant circle jerk that cut through the walls. Rats chewed off mutant cockroach heads and spat them to the threadbare carpet. Dust reacted in a cloud. Forgotten angels watched Death's dance through cracks in reality. The confidence with which she moved through the scene was nothing more than a mask designed to protect her from the other. The jackal bit Sid's ankle. Rats bathed in blood. Heaving bodies tried to regenerate. Cemetery dirt shed from Death's boots buried them again. One more page. Eventually. Sid's lover sat up in bed. Death stood to the side. Sid's lover's eyes stared into something unseen in the aged wallpaper. His stiff body turned around in the bed, his legs bent at the knees. His bare feet landed on threadbare guesthouse carpet. Sid's lover's eyes reflected orange, dancing flames. Death went to her knees to offer one final release. Sid's lover held up a tin skewer out in front. Sid closed his eyes, and Death's icy chill wrapped his heart in a cold embrace at the moment of ejaculation. Sid's lover dropped the bloody tin skewer. It only bounced on the threadbare carpet. Miners hissed from underneath their hoods. Only their crimson eyes and orange lanterns could be seen. Black tendrils climbed Sid's lover's legs like wet tentacles. Cockroaches nibbled on his toenails. Flies circled around the guesthouse room. The other laughed from the closet. When Death opened it, a dead baby with tentacles instead of limbs fell out. 10 miners gathered round and fought over his blue eyes. The cassette tape rewound somewhere in the hollows of the wall. Blood and fluids dripped on Sid's shoulder. He looked up at the boys swinging from their necks. Lifeless eyes, dazed and unfocused and completely covered in flies. The dirty mirrors smashed to the guesthouse floor. Ghosts scattered, leaving behind steamy puddles of ectoplasmic release. Heaving bodies grabbed Sid's ankles and pulled him beneath forgotten angel feet. Cockroaches burrowed into the hole left in his heart. Rats pulled out the tin skewer. Eyes watched from the wall until honey oozed and shut them forever. So, right, I guess that's done. Or at least it's done in this version. I think I may work with that story a bit because I kind of like it. I don't know when I wrote it, though. Obviously, while listening to Coil. So, as I said, my house is being redone. Once the house, or at least the 2 rooms are being redone now, the room of shame isn't being touched until next year at the earliest. But once that's done, I'm going to get some lights and I guess work on my editing skills or my digital editing skills. I do have some analog ones. I like analog. Big analog fan. So we'll get some editing. We'll get some proper branding on these. And in a few weeks, we'll hopefully have some guest authors or some guest stories. And maybe we can even, towards the end of the year, start having some guest authors or interviews or something fun on this, and to just, win against that YouTube algorithm that seems to think I'm a curvy older woman. Yes, I know I'm overweight. I'm not that old, though. I'm not quite 40. So yes, as you know, this stuff should be with horror videos and not with curvy older women in poor lighting. Although got the daylight coming in right now, but I'll get, as I say, proper lights. Those will probably be hopefully by the end of April or May, and then editing, branding will follow. And we'll make this a very exciting channel with lots and lots of horror content. So, right, I hope you enjoyed that. If you like that story, you can check out 56 Seconds. It's currently in ebook form only on Godless. However, I'm going to try and hit that publish button on Amazon sometime this week, so it will be available on Friday or Saturday, which is 5 years to the day I sent it to the original publisher. And there may still be some of the first edition out in the wild, which I can't quite reach my copy of it without my grabber, and there's a bunch of stuff down there which will make it hard, but you can find information about 56 Seconds on my website. So thank you so much for watching this longer video today. Right, hopefully I'll see you next week. I'm hoping to be painting my front room next weekend, though, so maybe not. So share my videos, click on them, like them, comment on them, send them to your friends who like horror, and let's tell this algorithm to stop calling me a curvy older woman, because I don't like it. I'm overweight, and I don't like being objectified like that anyways, so it doesn't matter. Right, see ya.